What's going on? Teacher Talking Sports here. And now we are going to talk about some early most improved player candidates in the NBA. Season's still very young, maybe like 12, 13, 14% done with the regular season. But some players have jumped into the early discussion, and I know some people might be thinking most improved player isn't an award that's that serious. Of course, it's not on the level of like an MVP or even Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, but there's been a who's who of players who have won the most improved player. We see starting with season, Julius Randle, he ended up being a second team All NBA. Brandon Ingram was an All Star. Pascal Siakam, an All Star. Victor Oladipo, an All Star. The Greek Freak Giannis, two-time MVP. CJ McCollum has averaged 20 points a game, numerous seasons. Jimmy Butler, multi-time All-Star. Paul George, perennial All-Star. Kevin Love, champion, multi-time All-Star. Danny Granger, averaged over 20 points a few seasons. Monte Ellis, Zebo, Zach Randolph, Gilbert Arenas, Jermaine O'Neal, Tracy McGrady in the Hall of Fame. So recently, at least, because if you scroll down, names aren't as big, although Kevin Johnson had a borderline Hall of Fame career. But, there's been a lot of excellent players who have carved together wonderful careers after being named the most improved player. So today, we're going to talk about 8 players who have entered their name early on into the discussion, starting with Miles Bridges of the Charlotte Hornets. Bridges is now in his 4th season, and as you can see, his 21.3 points per contest is 8.3 more than he's ever averaged in his career. He's taken up a much larger role for the Hornets. Rebounds career high, assists career high, steals easily a career high, nearly a 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio, when prior to this season it was closer to 1-to-1. So Miles Bridges may be the early favorite for most improved player, although there's a player who has went from being known as a star to maybe now a superstar, and that is point guard Ja Morant, the second overall pick in the 2019 NBA draft. Was known as one of the better young point guards, but this year he's really taken it to a whole nother level. His 26.5 points per game are 7.4 more than he averaged last season. Field goal percentage, career high. 3-point percentage, career high. Free throw percentage, career high. Rebounding more. Assists are about the same. Steals are nearly double more than he ever averaged. And he's continuing the momentum he had from last year's postseason, when you saw he averaged 30.2 and 8.2 assists in the 5-game series with the Jazz. Ja Morant is coming ever so close to reaching that superstar level. Next, we have Jordan Poole of the Golden State Warriors. Thrust into the starting lineup. Klay Thompson still recovering from his injury. 17.8 points per game, 5.8 more than last year. Nearly double the assists, nearly 3 times the steals of last season. 3-point percentage, 8.2 3-pointers a game and 32.2%. That could look to improve, but when you see his free throw shooting, 88.2% last year, 95% this year, albeit on only 20 attempts. He's got the stroke, so you could maybe expect that 3-point percentage to go up. We'll see how his stats and his playing time is when Klay Thompson comes back, maybe sometime around Christmas. You got to think, after missing the past 2 seasons, Klay Thompson will be eased back into action, so Jordan Poole should still play a large role. Next, we got Tyrese Maxey of the Philadelphia 76ers. Maxey thrust into the starting lineup with Ben Simmons still not returning to action. Last year, rookie, he was the 21st overall pick by the Sixers. This season, he's more than doubled his scoring average, more than doubled his rebounds, more than doubled his assists, shooting over 50% from the field. Has become much more of a three-point threat thus far this season. Tyrese Maxey, has helped the Sixers get off to a very good start, despite not having Ben Simmons and now having Joel Embiid and Tobias Harris missing some games as well. Next, we have Cole Anthony from the Magic. Cole Anthony was selected 15th overall in last year's draft. Really struggled as a rookie, under 40% from the field. Um, Barely over a 2-to-1 assist turnover ratio. This year, it's more than 2.5 to 1. His points per game are up more than 6 points a game. Field goal percentage up quite a bit, nearly shooting 40% from three while attempting more than twice as many per game. So while the Magic aren't really off to a great start, expected to be a rebuilding team, Cole Anthony has given fans hope for a future centerpiece on more successful Magic teams. It'll just be interesting to see when Markelle Fultz is ready to return, if that eats into his playing time or who starts at point guard between Cole Anthony and Markelle Fultz. Next, we have Tyler Hero, the 13th overall pick in the 2019 NBA Draft. Tyler Hero was a first-team All-Rookie member in 2019-2020. Was a little bit disappointing last season. Was expected to take maybe a huge step forward and didn't really do that. But this year he has, mostly coming off the bench. The only game he started was the Heat's last game. Shooting career high 46% from the field, career best 39.3 from deep. Most rebounds per game, most assists per game. His 21.1 points per game are 6 points more than what he averaged last season. Tyler Hero has put his name in the running. Then we got DeJounte Murray of the San Antonio Spurs. Now in his fifth season. He would have been his sixth, but he missed the whole 2018-19 season with a torn ACL. So he's actually the most experienced player I'm going to mention. He's become a nightly triple-double threat. I believe he has one thus far, but you look at his averages, 18.4 points, 7.9 rebounds, and 8.2 assists. Nearly a 4-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. Has at least become respectable from three-point territory, making 1 out of 3 of his attempts. So DeJounte Murray on what is a rebuilding Spurs team, he has definitely turned into San Antonio's best player. And last, and a guy maybe a little more under the radar, Grayson Allen of the Milwaukee Bucks. Now in his 4th season, his first with Milwaukee. He is taking over the starting shooting guard position from Dante DiVincenzo, who is still recovering from injury. But you have to wonder if DiVincenzo is going to get his starting role back, because Grayson Allen has performed quite well. The team has been missing Chris Middleton and Brook Lopez for some time. And Grayson Allen stepped up, averaging 15.4 points per game, 4.8 more than his previous career high. Shooting 42% from deep on 8.8 attempts per game. Nearly been automatic from the foul line. Grayson Allen has played a large role in helping the Bucks overcome some injuries, and I forgot to also mention Jrue Holiday, who's also missed some games early in the season. So those are some of the early most improved player contenders. To be eligible, you have to, of course, be in at least your 2nd season. So these are 8 guys who have played very well to start the year. Can they keep it up? Who do you believe is the current favorite to be named the most improved player? Who do you think will win? Is there someone I didn't name that also should be mentioned? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like on this video, hit the bell for future notifications, share this video. I am out.